So with this, now we will move towards the next speaker. Next speaker is also an amazing person. He is a financial guru, and he is more into corporate finance, M&A advisory, and more into financial and business planning side of any venture. So you can see that such an insightful person. Now he is going to discuss with us his experiences and his thoughts on a topic called Living Its Unique Position. So, Saad, how are you doing today?
Good evening, Dr.
Can you
Musa.
hear me?
Yes, very well. It's a pleasure to meet you
Welcome
again.
in the show, and I hope it's not so late in Australia right now.
No, it's late, but an investment in Saudi Arabia conference, I have to be there.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's so nice of you, and it shows your love for Saudi Arabia.
Definitely.
And so I will not be much obstacle in the way of audience and you. So please, over to you.
All right. Thank you. Well, good evening to all the participants and listeners around the world. And thank you to Berkeleyme Middle East Investors Club for inviting me to speak at this prestigious event about investment in Saudi Arabia. Now, as Dr. Musa was mentioning in the introduction, I've spent almost 10 years working in the real estate and the property market in Saudi Arabia between 2008 and 2018. So this is probably natural for me to discuss how Saudi Arabia can leverage its unique potential from a real estate or and property perspective. So in my talk today, I'll be looking at three unique aspects of Saudi Arabia. These will be religious, demographic, and geographic factors. So let's take all of these one by one. Now, the importance of Mecca and Medina is, for Muslims all around the world is paramount. And it is a dream of many Muslims, especially high net worth individuals from UK, USA, Australia, and especially in the Malaysian, Indonesia, Far East, that they want to spend or they want to have that association with the holy mosques in their retirement. So when I look at this target market, I feel that this is an industry which is a logical extension to the Hajj and Umrah market, which is growing at an organic pace. But there is a huge market potential that the address of these high net worth individuals can be addressed in terms of retirement living. Now, there's a difference between retirement living and hospice care. When we talk about retirement living, we're talking about able-bodied individuals who still have 15, 20 years of their life, and they just want to live in with modern facilities and infrastructure, and then they want to have access to the holy mosques. So I think this is not a standalone industry. Retirement living is especially in Western countries, it's a big industry. I think that industry is not very well explored in Saudi Arabia at the moment. Now, this is not a standalone business. It has linkages with healthcare. So when people are coming from abroad and they're living in Saudi Arabia for long term, they might have healthcare needs. Definitely, if they want to travel within the country and they want to travel to the holy mosque, there are positive benefits for the logistics and transportation sector. And when they are living there and they are spending money, definitely the retail sector will benefit as well. So an industry like this, I believe it has the potential for not only bringing the substantial amount of foreign direct investment in the country, but at the same time, it will generate thousands of jobs, which currently Saudi Arabia struggles with. So Saudi Arabia is looking for increasing the employment of Saudi nationals. And I think this is an industry which is very well suited for that purpose. Now, if you look at the enablers for this industry, I believe the Haramain high-speed railway, which is already built and functioning, is the biggest enabler for an industry like this. Now, if you have residents who want to base themselves in a city such as Jeddah, and have access to modern lifestyle and infrastructure. And then at the same time, using these Haramain high-speed railways, they have easy access to the holy cities. So I feel that with the continued liberalization of the visa policy in Saudi Arabia, the day is not far when we will have foreign nationals who don't want to come to Saudi Arabia for work, when they want to come to Saudi Arabia to spend their retirement and be close to the holy mosques. So I think there is great opportunity for investors that they should be ready to address this demand as and when the visa policy is available. They should have already done some pre-screening of the suitable sites and develop feasibility studies so that whenever there is a go-ahead from the government, they can develop those retirement villages and invite the residents, and while they're offering services to them. And I think this will be a good sector to make a good return on investment as well. Moving on, I'll discuss something about the demographics of Saudi Arabia. Now, Saudi demographics present a very unique opportunity. Saudi Arabia not only has a fast-growing population, it is heavily skewed towards youth. The median age, if you look at this statistic around the world, Japan has a median age of 48 years, and the United States has a median age of 38 years. But if you look at the same metric in Saudi Arabia, you're looking at a median age of only 30 years. As Ali Shahid was mentioning before me, that nearly 60% of the Saudi's population is under the age of 35 years. So now youth can be a positive force for development, and when provided with the knowledge and opportunities they need to thrive. I think that can be a big boost to the country's economy. Now, there are unique opportunities when you have a fast-growing population that is so young. You have to house these population. So now, gone are the days where people were living in big, large-size villas and very unsustainable sort of development methodologies. Now you have a Saudi population that is influenced by social media, and they're looking for more practical designs in terms of real estate that offer sustainable living. At the same time, it's low maintenance and has a low carbon footprint. Also, I believe that as these technologies for sustainable living and carbon neutrality becomes more prevalent in Saudi Arabia, there's not only opportunity in new projects, but there is a big opportunity in knockdown and rebuild. So as the buildings currently in Saudi Arabia, especially in the commercial and business districts in larger cities, come at the end of their life, when they are redeveloped, they will be developed with sustainable living, low maintenance, and low carbon footprint as the basis of their development. So I think there is a good opportunity in that segment as well. Now, for that large population, you have to feed them. So there is good opportunity in terms of developing foodstuffs, manufacturing plants, and warehousing, because as you know, a lot of food in Saudi Arabia is imported, so from all around the world. So as the population will grow at a fast pace, the population has to be fed properly. So there is a need for proper warehousing in terms of refrigerated warehousing for the goods to come into the country and have the distribution done accordingly. With such large population, you have to educate and train them. Now, we look at the education footprint of in the country. We look at the international schools. They are only present in large cities, Jeddah, Riyadh, and Dammam and Khobar. I feel that there is a good opportunity for second-tier cities that investors go there and look for opportunities in education and training. And lastly, there is a big drive for new leisure and entertainment facilities in the country as well. Lastly, I want to talk about the geographic advantage of Saudi Arabia. So as you mentioned, Dr. Musa, Saudi Arabia is at the crossroad of 3 continents, which is an unparalleled feature. But I want to especially mention this in the context of Africa. Now, most African countries that are available in the immediate surrounding of Saudi Arabia, despite the challenges with COVID-19, still most of these countries like Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, Kenya will be growing at 6% growth rate this year. Now, in Saudi Arabia, you have a province called Jazan, which has one of the 4 economic cities in Saudi Arabia, and Jazan Economic City is based there. Now, that is only 100 miles or 200 miles away from the Eritrean border. So you can the investors can look at Jazan as a potential place where they want to base their operations in a political stable country like Saudi Arabia and target the market in Africa with much ease. And also you mentioned about SME. The Vision 2030 specifies high growth targets for enterprises to lead the diversification of Saudi economy. And I believe that the Jazan province and the Jazan economic city is an ideal place for these kind of businesses that target African economies. So I will be happy to answer a few questions from listeners and participants.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many points you cover so beautifully in 15 minutes, which is very smart of you, of course. But let's discuss few important things which you have mentioned, and I think it's worth to discuss more in details, especially about the real estate investment opportunities in Saudi Arabia. You mentioned about the religious retirement associations, and of course that a lot of people want when they go. Of course, they need facilities in terms of hotels, in terms of transportation. So, as you mentioned, the train project between Makkah and Medina. So if we specifically look about the future of real estate investment opportunities, how you feel they are uniquely positioned in Saudi Arabia, which is elsewhere not available?
Well, if you look at the current market, definitely there are some assets that have gone down in performance. If you look at, let's say, the gated residential communities, now because Saudi Arabia is opening up, that gated residential communities are not relevant anymore. So like any other place in the world, there is a different business cycle within each of the real estate segments. So Saudi Arabia is passing through the same. Saudi Arabia lagged behind the world in terms of leisure and entertainment, and now there is big focus about leisure and entertainment.
So are you looking like, for example, in Dubai, we have Dubai Mall, and which is the largest mall in the world. So are you expecting that we will be visiting Saudi Arabia and we will be visiting the largest mall, which has fountains, which has cinemas, and which has the highest brands, all the brands of the world?
Well, there is a potential for doing that, but I mean, it really depends on how Saudi Arabia will be opening up to the world. If Saudi Arabia wants to really compete with Dubai and adopt that model and bring all the world and in one place, definitely you might have those assets coming in. But I feel that that stage is maybe 15, 20 years down the line.
Yeah, if you see like Vision 2030 is targeting these things very nicely, like a huge investment in entertainment industry. And entertainment is not only cinema. Like it started from Layer Park. You are talking about projects like Disneyland's. A lot of global brands will come in Saudi Arabia. Some has already came, and Warner Brothers and such kind of then magazines and
the Formula
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that there's a lot of positive.
Definitely, you have events in terms of sports. You have these boxing fights, golf events, and especially golf events for women coming up in the country as well. So definitely Saudi Arabia is opening up, but I think it's opening up at a cautious pace. It's not going all in because, these investments such as the biggest mall in the world or the, tallest tower in the world, these are big investments that require, more careful consideration. You just don't
Yeah,
build
true.
them. So you
But
have
of
to
course,
really
but I
match
can
it
see
with the
that
visa policy.
I can see the vision is to be a tourist-centric country, and of course, these are the basic things now to have the tallest tower, the tallest shopping, the biggest shopping malls and entertainment facilities, and more spot for tourism where people can live, they can enjoy the sea, they can have access to the food. And I think Saudi Arabia is properly placed into, because if you see,
Definitely.
people are very friendly, Islamic culture is very welcoming, and the food is really amazing. And I mean, food in Riyadh is we can't get it anywhere. That is for sure. I mean, it's so pure and original. Of course, this is the hospitality of the country, and I can see that there is a lot of investment opportunities in hotels as well, because as you said that especially the religious tourism, of course, it's expanding. People are coming across after the COVID vaccinations. We are expecting that the activity is going to be enormous. And when suppose you can just go and take arrival visa, so it will be like a lot of tourism will flow in. So you need more hotels. And if you're talking about a football World Cup or some, the Ferrari World sort of projects, I mean, Saudi Arabian local population is very supportive in terms that they are youth, so they are the customer itself, and then there are foreigners who will come in the country. So all looks green and very nice and vibrant, and I'm sure that professionals like you, once you are predicting about the future of Saudi Arabia, so the vision of the leadership support and the plans and the Vision 2030 will be reflecting from your confidence of your future predictions. So let's talk about this project that everyone talks, that there is a train that will go through the GCC. So if you sit from Saudi Arabia, you can have a round of whole GCC. This project also looks very interesting. Like, what are your views on that?
I think definitely it's a good project. It's a large investment, but given that the fossil fuels are so cheaply available, you really have to, educate or impart this understanding in the GCC public that they have to use other alternatives of traveling. Definitely, traveling by rail is more time consuming as well. And so, it really comes to
Yeah, now
people's
we are talking
preferences as
about
well.
Hyperloop, this DP World project, which has been very successful, tested, and let's see when it will be implemented. I'm sure that if I sit from Dubai to Riyadh, I can reach in maybe 25 minutes, and it will be a lovely journey. So things looks really promising me, and I can feel that even this COVID scenario, Saudi Arabia is not the affected country in that way as other countries are affecting. So this also shows that this country is quite stable into. Now, my last question for you, with you for the audience is that in terms of your suppose if some investor want to come in Saudi Arabia and want to do a retail investment, real estate investment project, so what kind of risk and returns that we need to keep in mind, and what could be the profitabilities that we can gear up for them?
I think it really comes to the offering that the investor is looking at in terms of retail. If you're looking at very high-end retail, definitely, Saudi Arabia is the right market. People want to buy these big brands, and malls like Localizer Mall in Riyadh, they do particularly well in terms of that high-end placement. So, these malls can come up with, 13 to 15% return on average, which is a very good rate. And if you are leveraging it with some level of debt, you can even reach 20% return.
Oh, that's amazing. I think these are super returns, and higher than investing in a hedge fund or a mutual fund when you are
Definitely.
owning a real asset, which is actually the most of the people who are a little bit conservative in their investment strategies. They want to own the real physical asset in their eyes. And so I can see that the real estate investment opportunities in Saudi Arabia will grow over the time, and things will be really promising for the investors. And with
Definitely.
this, I want to thank you, Saad, to join us live from Australia and share your thoughts. And
Thank you very
I
much.
am looking forward to have you more in our discussions.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to share some of my thoughts, and I highly appreciate this initiative by Berkeley Middle East.
Thank you very much.